Well, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Erik Miller. You guys, must know Kevin Ledder and Ryan Early, old club members, and Dom and John Balducci, part of my team here. They're new. This is their first meeting, and you guys know Mikey back there. So, to those of you I don't know, nice to meet you. If we haven't talked, come up and say hello after. And a lot of old faces here. Good to see you guys. It's been a while since I've been out, and I'd like to change that. So, I guess I'll tell you guys a little bit about King of the Hammers, things that you might not know. I've been racing for competitively rock crawling since 2005, and just got into the race scene since probably 3 years ago. That was our first KOH, and these guys have been behind me the whole time. We were all met rock crawling. I met Kevin against you. Yeah, competing against each other, and that's really how I got introduced to the club. Kevin and Rob K. So those two were my first two guys I competed against, and got me down here. So we started Ultra 4 racing 3 years ago, like I said, and it's been crazy. It's been a crazy journey. We started out in my YJ Roush in '09 when they brought this crazy qualifier for this West Coast race out. We said, well, we could try that. I think we could do that, and we came in 9th out of 10 qualifying positions, and that kind of started this whole thing. And ever since then, it's been my dream to win this race, and it's been a lot of time, a lot of hard work put in, but it happened, and to bring it back east is really special, and it's really special to share it with you guys because it's not possible without the support of the club and friends and family, and really appreciative of that. So I got to thank my sponsors, and a lot of these have come directly from New Jersey. Damon introduced me to Metro Printing, a big supplier for the club who does a lot of the apparel. Scott's been doing my wrap. I've got nothing but compliments on that car since he's been wrapping it, and I think it photographs better than anyone out there. And, a lot of thanks to him. And Axle Exchange, they've been building my drive shafts for 3 years, and up until this Thanksgiving, I'd never broken one. And we finally found a way to do it, but it took out a lot of other things in the process. So, they built bomber drive lines, and I've been very fortunate to be partnered with them. So, and lastly, you guys, I haven't been around for a while, and I get this letter in the mail saying that you guys are supporting our KOH run again, and that was one of the coolest things that's happened to me all year to have that support, and I really appreciate you guys have been behind me every single year, and every little bit helps, and it helped us get out there and to bring it back and to be a part of this, and hopefully bring some positive publicity to the club is pretty cool. So I thank you guys. It means a lot to us, and continue to fly the NJGC logos for the rest of the year. We're going to be running the Ultra 4, the Pro Series, and the East Coast Series. We'll be at Roush. We'll be in Indiana. We're running Vegas to Reno. It's a desert race in Nevada, and we're also running a short course race in Utah. And then you can also see us at Roush Creek. We're going to be running the local RC Rock Series and Line Mountain. So if you guys can make it out to that would be awesome to see some faces there. And follow along. We're on Facebook. We have a website, millerrockracing.com, and I'll try to be more active on the board for sure. And hopefully we can get our marketplace set up through the club, through Scott, so that our apparel and things like that will be available. So again, thank you guys, and it's a pleasure to be here. So. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. That's amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
got motion approved, Greg, or
Thank you guys. That is
New grill. Just what you need.
very, very cool.
Thank you, Erik.
Thank you. Thanks for bringing it home.
Where's JP at?
Here at Webb's.
Okay, so one of the big things that they were pushing out on the lake bed, as you guys know, we're East Coasters. We don't have many public land opportunities to go wheeling, and out west, it's always been kind of a luxury. They've had a lot of BLM land, and a lot of that is under heat to be shut down now, and the Hammers are one of the biggest places that they're targeting. It's a story just like Teleco, but now it's the Marines. They're trying to encroach on our land over there, and it's an unnecessary expansion. And guys like Dave Cole and Jeff Knoll that have been behind this racing have really picked up with the Blue Ribbon Coalition, and they're starting this national OHV Lobbyist Day. So, JP, if you want to speak a little more on that, we're trying to bring it back here to the east and really get some things going on, because no one knows about the Hammers out here, and it's our livelihood. It's where we live. it's very important. So just a little bit.
As I copied his post actually with his first edict as king to our bulletin board, and I put a few things up there. I asked everybody if we had 20 or so people that signed up, I would hold hands. Obviously, you guys know me, I'll probably do it anyway. But I do have some information. I can post it. I have a few things that I printed out that are just guidelines as to what to do, how to find your legislators, etc. It's a real important thing. I mean, we've lost other places, as Erik said. You know, the Hammers is, for those of you who made it out again this year, I was out there last year, it's outrageous. For that race to go away would just kill half of the OHV industry. You know, I don't know who can take off. You don't need to take off a whole day. If you have questions, I mean, I'll tell you how to get in touch with your legislators, what to say. I'm setting up some appointments already. Kevin, myself, and 2 other people from North Jersey have the same legislators, so we'll be probably going together. You're up there? District 5? Okay.
This is all trying to be done on one day, on March 14th.
March 14th or 15th, yeah. But really, they're home actually from the 9th to the 16th. The reason they're trying to make it those dates is because the Marines are supposed to come out with their, I think the verdict or whatever, the final verdict is supposed to come out February or April 12th. So they're trying to hit it right before there, so it's still hot and it's still going. You know, it doesn't take a full day. I know a lot of people can't take off of work. If you can't, we can do some letters, but hopefully everybody will, you know, try and get involved in this.
Yeah, the big thing, guys, is, you know, we've never had, as an OHV community, we've never had a real unified voice, and to be able to plan behind, you know, this week span of, you know, contacting our legislators, kind of to put us on the map and say, you know, these guys are going to say, well, what is this? You know,
right.
We're all getting hit up right now for these, you know, off-highway enthusiasts. You know, what is going on here? Because they don't know about us, and we're the least of their concerns.
Legislators out west.
And like I said, we have not had a unified voice, and for everyone to hit them at the same time, you know, it's going to put us on the map. It's going to stir them up a little bit, and hopefully we can rally some support behind that, because you know, it's not just us. You know, it's mountain bikers, it's hikers, it's any outdoor enthusiast. You know, we're all going to lose the land, and it just would be a total shame.
Rockhound,
yeah,
another big thing.
Everything. So.
But yeah, the West Coast legislators, they all know about this.
Right.
They've gotten pounded. We did a thing last year. I know some of you took part in it on Pirate. I was at SEMA this year in Namrac. They had books of letters that were the span of this table, folders with letters. There had to be 20,000 of them. I'm sure most everybody in here hopefully took part in that. But our legislators have no idea what Johnson Valley is and what Hammers is. So that's what we need to pound them on. So now it's not only West Coast, you know, legislators, but it's also us on the East Coast, and it'll make a big impact.
To put this into perspective, guys, the land they're talking about taking is actually 50% of the overall public land in the state of California, which is it's a huge amount of land that they're talking about taking back, and it doesn't just affect us as rock crawlers and racers. It affects everybody who's using that public land, everything from mountain biking to hiking, just to photography. I mean, there's so much that is outside of what we do that it really affects. So it's important that we all get involved, and it's important that we do it on a national basis as opposed to just the state of California. So any help you can give us is appreciated. If you can be there that day, that's great. If you can't, definitely try to send letters and try to do as much as you can for it. So the one other thing I wanted to add, Erik, definitely try to, I should stand up. Miller Motorsports, our Facebook page, all of our information is posted on there on a weekly basis, almost a daily basis sometimes. And then obviously we have a website as well, which is Miller Rock Racing. You can follow along with a lot of our builds, our updates, all the stuff we're doing to the car, any changes we're making. You can also follow along and find out where we're racing. We do race locally quite a bit. To the Line Mountain Series, that's at least 4 races a year. And then a bunch of different Roush Creek races. There's a lot of opportunity to get out and see this style of racing, to support the team and support all the local guys. We love seeing all the familiar faces out there. If you haven't had a chance to do it, it's a blast to go out to these races. It's a great time. Most of them are family friendly. You can bring the family out and have a good day. So definitely try to come out and see us. then, like you said, we're definitely going to have that apparel site up shortly here. So we will have shirts and hats and posters and all that kind of stuff for everybody to get. So, like I said, look us up on Facebook, and anything you can do to help support, we definitely appreciate it. And we definitely appreciate all the help from the club. You know, I've been a member since the third meeting back in '99, was it? Everybody I've met through this sport, I've met through this club and through racing now. So it's my life. It's the community that I live in. It's all the friends that I have. It's definitely an important part of what we all do, and we appreciate all the support. Erik mentioned before the YJ that he qualified in. He qualified in August, and then we went up all to Brant Lake, to the Brant Lake Bash, and we hatched this crazy plan to go out to California and run this race. And we got a car together, and we went out there, and we had no idea what we were doing. We didn't have a clue. And in 3 years' time, we figured out how to be professional and put a team together and put a car together. And like I said, a lot of it's all through people that are involved in this club, and that's important to us. So we appreciate that. We appreciate all the support, and you know, thank you again to the club. Thank you.
Nice, Kevin.
An idea, the race was 73 miles. There was about 160 some odd rigs in it. Most of it being high-speed desert, whoops, right through brutal rock crawling, some of the hardest rock crawling trails. And, you know, the time limit was, what, 10 hours you had to finish it in? And Erik, what'd you do it in?
I think it was 14 hours you had to finish it, and we did it in 6 hours. And to kind of put that in perspective, it was 6 hours and 3 minutes. The year before, it was 120 miles, and Shannon finished that race in 6:15. So that really kind of shows you where the cars are going and the sport's going. And it was I thought for sure the winner would be 8 hours, and it was pretty cool to finish.
How many people finished this year?
I think it was 49. 49 out of 165.
Out of the 106, you were only.
And guys are rolling in at 10:30 at night still.
And this was from breakdowns, from running out of time, from, you know, running out of gas, everything.
I mean, this is a race where I think everybody goes out there to win it, but nobody really ever imagines it. I think if you ask the majority of the racers, they're there to finish. You know, most of these guys, that you put the time in, the prep that went into this car this year between Balducci's and EMS and all the stuff that we've done. I mean, this car saw months of work beforehand.
We did a full frame-up. Every year we've rebuilt this car down to the chassis. And Dr. and here were instrumental in getting this thing done. We worked at EMS out of Central PA, and you know, we rebuilt every last single component on that car. I mean, we had the injectors flow tested. I mean, every little last component was either freshened or rebuilt. And you know, to put a program together and have, you know, backing like, you know, from North Jersey and the rest of my sponsors, to go out west and not know that car is 100% is, you know, you're just kind of kidding yourself. We actually go each year over Thanksgiving, and we do what we call a pre-run trip, and we spend a lot of time out there dialing in, you know, the suspension, things like that. And you know, we really have done our homework, and for it to pay off and to bring it back to you guys is it's an incredible feeling. It really is, because I mean, you know, in 2010, I think it was our first year, you know, we finished 5th, and they kept saying, you know, who are these guys from back east, you know, in 5th? Who are they? And then, sure enough, you know, we went out to Reno in the fall, and we finished 2nd at the Stampede, and we just capitalized on that. So it's really cool to be able to bring it back.
Did Rob walk across the line yet?
What's that?
Did he walk across the line yet?
Guys, the sport is still growing. I mean, I think a lot of you saw some of the Facebook updates. We got a spot on the top 10 plays on SportsCenter. The media coverage was 10 times this year compared to what it's been in the past. They're running a qualifier this year in Europe.
Wow.
I mean, it's going international. The sport continues to grow, so we're all fortunate. We're kind of in the ground floor. Like I said, if you get a chance to come out and watch, we'd love to see you. Come up, see the car, see everything that happens. It's still one of the few sports we were talking about in the parking lot today. You go to a NASCAR race, they've got all, and I feel weird for standing in here right now. You know, they got the cars all blocked off. You can't go touch them. I mean, any one of you guys can go sit in that car if you wanted right now. It's a very unique experience. It's just a kind of sport that there's still I mean, you can walk up and talk to the King of the Hammers right now. It's just an amazing sport, the way it happens, the way it works, and you know, the spectators and the fans. That's really what makes it for us. So, you know, we definitely appreciate it, and we'd love to see more of you out there. So.
How's that Line Mountain? That place looks pretty wild.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's a cool race to go to if you guys can. Roush is fun, but it's usually 20 to 30 trucks. Line Mountain's anywhere from 100 to 150 trucks on a 3-mile track. So it's crazy.
Grassroots,
it's grassroots woods racing, and you know, there's a lot of legit cars there. There's some hoopties, but there's some legit cars. We got to put together a perfect
I just watched
race.
the video with you and Doug, that old one.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's legit
rolled?
racing, and that's something to check out if you guys can make a Line Mountain race. So
You've got everything from $150,000 race cars to guys, you know, that'll put together a car in a weekend.
yeah, Cherokee.
And yeah, Cherokee, literally, it's crazy. It's definitely a fun experience and a blast to see.
So thanks again to everyone that came out. I mean, I know a lot of faces in here. I see we're out on that lake bed, and that means a lot to us. And everyone that followed at home and, you know, upset their bosses at work watching the race. That means a lot to us. So thank you guys for the support again, and I'm glad to be here. So
Thanks for bringing it home.
All right, moving on for a little regular business.